Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview Holly Springs High School football coach Robert Furth. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Can you talk a little bit about how you got your start in coaching?
Well, I always knew I kind of wanted to be a coach. Growing up, I played a lot of sports, baseball, football, wrestled. Um, so I always kind of knew I wanted to coach. It was just something like when you're in the backyard playing backyard football. I was always kind of the one that organized the game and kind of got people in positions and where to go. Uh, but then in college, when I was sitting on the bench as a backup in college, I kind of just started listening to coaches and learning the game, and knew then that I really wanted to get involved with coaching.
What college football team did you play for?
I played at NC State during the Dick Sheridan era.
How was your college football experience like?
Um, it was fun. I mean, being on a team, with 100 other guys, you kind of have your own little um, group before the school year even starts. You got 100 guys that you're friends with. So coming in as a freshman, I thought it was pretty cool to know all those guys before school even started. But it's tough. It's not for everybody. It's even harder nowadays. Back when I played a long time ago, it wasn't near as strict and as regimented. It was probably harder at practice, but we had little bit more freedom during the day.
What are some of your achievements that you've achieved at Holly Springs High School?
Well, winning the first conference championship here was probably our biggest. That's been my biggest achievement to date. Just having consistent winning program is something that really is what my initial um, goal was. Because before I came here, they really didn't have any consistency, even in coaching. So my goal was to be able to stay, which I've achieved so far, and hopefully can keep it going. And being consistent at teaching these young men how to be winners, not just on the field but off the field, and not just about the wins and losses, but about actually just competing and being a winner on the field as you compete.
What are some of your achievements as a coach?
Well, we've won 2 conference championships here, which is a big achievement, and I've had, I believe, 5 out of my 6 years I've had winning seasons, which is a big achievement for me. But the biggest achievement is just seeing these, like yesterday we had our the last 3 days we've had our graduation ceremonies, and just seeing those young men walk across stage and graduate are always my biggest achievements. It really it's hard to see them leave, but you know that they're moving on to bigger and better things, and you've helped them along the way.
What are some of the players that you've coached that have now made it to the college level or even the professional level?
Um, so we have one who actually just graduated from UNC Pembroke this past year, and his name is Yvel Morse. He was one of the first kids I coached when I got here as an assistant and then as a head coach. Um, he had an outstanding career at UNCP. I believe he ran track and played football. Um, we still have Bryce Wheaton, who's at West Virginia University, and he's ready to have a breakout season up there at West Virginia. We have Broderick Taylor, who is at Columbia University, and the awesome thing about that is Broderick is playing football and getting a degree from Columbia University in 4 years, and he's targeted to graduate this coming year, senior year, and that's unbelievable because Columbia University is priceless as far as a degree, and that's you couldn't ask for a better kid and a better place for him. Unfortunately, we have not put anybody in the pros yet, although CJ Toogood, who was here my first year as an assistant, played at Elon University and was all conference there and all I mean, he all region, I think or, you know, he was the closest we had. He actually got into camp with Baltimore and had a shot, but that's as far as we go into the pros.
That's so impressive. Can you
Yep.
talk a little bit about the experience helping these young players get recruited? For example, helping the Barton guys get recruited?
Yeah. So, you know, part of my job obviously is to help them understand the recruiting process more than it is, getting their name out. In today's football world or sports world, their name's going to get out. There's too many coaches, there's too many people who help out, there's too many recruiting sites that their name will get out. My job really is to just make sure and understand where they're going is the right place and the right fit for them. Um, it's a lot of hours of just sitting and talking and getting to understand their families and them and the coaches that are coming in to recruit them. Um, it's really fun to watch them go through the process. It's also a little bit nerve wracking and stressful, but the process really we start their sophomore junior year talking about some of their goals and their aspirations and where they think they fit in Division I or FCS or FBS or Division II and see we go from there.
Can you talk about your experience on game day playing um, football and how it is like playing against teams like Apex and Apex Friendship?
Um, yeah, for me, I try to stay as relaxed and as calm as possible during the day because what I tell the players is you're going to have a natural adrenaline rush when you get out there and you kind of feel tired and wore out after that. But then it's a steady climb to the top once you start. And, you know, the experience I tell them because I've been through it, I'm old, I've done my time, but for them, I try to tell them to make it as enjoyable as they can make it during the time that we're out on that field because if you don't make it fun it becomes work and work becomes hard. If you make it enjoyable and fun then it's just playing and not thinking and having a great time. So playing Apex Friendship and Apex and all our other teams, Fuquay, Middle Creek, Garner, all our conference, foes, they're such good teams, and our kids get up so much for them that it's just a blast. Win or lose, it's fun because it's just such great competition.
What do you look forward to accomplishing at Holly Springs this year after coming back from the coronavirus?
First thing is I just want to get back. I just want to get our kids here and tell them that we love them and that that we hope that we can keep them safe and we will keep them safe and we're going to do everything we can for them to help them get along and it's just going to be nice to see them face to face and have a good time and practice again. And our main goal coming off the coronavirus is just to get back to as much normalcy as we can, and get sports back in the lives of people around us, because I think one of the greatest things that we could have is having athletics. It takes your mind off of a lot of things that we don't like, and obviously coronavirus is one of those.
How what are you looking forward to accomplishing when we come back?
Um, again, it's just to get our kids back into a mindset of working with each other, working hard for each other, and trying to achieve our team goals. Which I think everybody, your goal is to have a winning season, to win conference championships, to play for a state championship. And our goal is just to make sure we get back into our team uh, team mindset, that we play for the person next to us and we play for our team. We don't play for each other, or we don't play for ourselves. We play for each other. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing getting back and achieving.
What advice would you give upcoming coaches looking to get into the high school coaching profession?
The biggest thing I think they can do is don't have an ego. Listen and learn from anybody you can. I don't care if they're a football coach, basketball coach, a wrestling coach, soccer coach. Doesn't matter what they coach. Listen to what they do, what they say, and then filter out what you can do and what you would want to say or how you would want to run a practice, or organize a game, because everybody's different. And it took me a long time to figure out, look, we couldn't do certain things at the high school level that we did at the college, or you can do more at the college than you did at the high school level. So, just filter out take in all the information you can, and then filter it out to fit your personality, your scheme, your coaching style. And that's the best advice I can say. And never shy away from learning. Learn as much as you can.
Was there any experiences on the college level that you learned that could help you coach football?
Oh yeah, like I said, there's a lot of things that we did at the college level that we can't do down here, but there's also a lot of things that we did at the college level that we can do down here that helps these kids prepare for the next level, and also just prepare mentally. And what we do in the weight room or on the track, or what we do in practice, there's a lot of things that we can do that help these kids improve, not only as a player but a person, and not only on the field but in the classroom.
Do you see us starting back late due to the coronavirus?
I think if we can get back into our routine here in early July, I think we have a shot of starting on time. But if they keep pushing the date, like if we're not allowed to come in till August 1st and start conditioning and stuff, lifting, um, I think that we'll probably be pushed to maybe after Labor Day.
Do you see the season being cut short if we are pushed back?
Um, I think if it goes into mid-August before we can start, then yes, I think they'll probably have to cut the season. I think we'll be okay with a little bit of shortened season, um, as long as we get to play. As long as we get into the playoffs, I think we'll be okay with that. I just want to get out there and play, and I know the kids want to get out there and play, and it's more to get their minds off this pandemic and back into a more normal lifestyle.
There is talk that the season could be in the spring. What is your opinion on the season being moved to the spring?
I'm okay with it. If they want to move to the spring, that's fine. I think there's a lot of logistical maneuvering that you'd have to do, and that it might be tough, but I'm okay if they move to the spring. Again, I just want to play. And if it means that it's safer to play in the spring for our players and our sport, then I'm okay with that.
Do you see some of your athletes, if it is moved to the spring, instead of like playing, say, baseball in the spring, how they were, just sticking with football as their main sport?
That's the logistical nightmare that we're going to have. Are we able to play baseball in the fall, or are they able to play baseball and football? That's the logistics we're going to have. I think it's going to be hard to ask a teenage kid to choose between two sports they love. So I think you're going to have a lot that'll play baseball and a lot that'll play football. And, but I don't, it's going to be a choice they'll have to make. And yes, I do see some choosing to play baseball, and that's fine, as long as we're allowed to play football at some point.
Thank you. Where can our listeners find you on social media?
You can follow our football team at HSHSFB, or on Twitter, or myself on Twitter at Golden Hawks FB.
Thank you again, Coach Farland, for your interview. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find us on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Coach Farland, for your interview, and best of luck in this
Thank you.
upcoming season.
All right. Thank you.